And off we go from Denver. Decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like central casting. Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, and he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Nix to the air. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. 7 yards there and a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second down at the 26-yard line.
Nix to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Evan Ingram. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw, here's Nix. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
The previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Titans 0.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
To throw is Ward. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. In motion goes the tight end. Swinging this out for Pollard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep.
Pressure comes and down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. So now make that a second sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hecker on to punt for Tennessee. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
To throw is Nix. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now it's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That one goes for 8 yards.
First down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's Nix. And this is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Evan Ingram, 35 yards. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, here's Ward. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Now Ward. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Ward. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a nice job there, skipping away from the 1 tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Nix from the shotgun. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense set to go again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Looking to put a drive together. Ward now working out of the gun. That's into the hands of All-Madden. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3. Throwing now, Ward. Cockrell holds it in left side. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A gain of 15.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
The big loss on 1st down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. Here's Pollard again. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Throwing is Ward. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Back to throw. Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Back to throw now on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And the Broncos are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
22-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Will Lutz.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Ward. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Block it in motion right. Now Ward from the gun on 3rd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. But Charles, this offense just can't seem to get off the ground.
But the quarterback, he has to keep picking himself off the ground because this pass rush, they've been on him so far in a big way. 3 sacks here in the first half. He might tell his offensive line, quit helping me up and just block the guys in front of you.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. The loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Going to run again here with Pollard. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 43, here's second and a yard. Nix to the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing Nix. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now a second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. To throw, here's Nix. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big game and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
Brings up second down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. This is 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Nix. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
To throw is Ward. A short throw taken in by Conquo. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Can't get it right, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking downfield for Pollard. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Here's Nix once more. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ward now. A final shot before break. That is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Lutz now to kick this one away. Nice little juke. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to put a drive together. Working out of the gun here, Ward. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 33-yard line.
That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the gun, Ward. Short throw taken in by Conquo. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down and 4. To throw, here's Ward. Steps away to his left. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
15. First down, Titans.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Going to try the right side. And he'll take this down to the 33. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Now Ward. Drops this underneath for Pollard. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So a decision to throw out that challenge flag, a good one, as they'll get credited with a completion. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 9. Ward. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tyler Lockett from 3 yards out. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Titans 7.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the 2nd half. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Tennessee.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Here's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now it's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And it's a fumble. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of
under pressure, and down he goes. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Ward. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken right around the 44. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they watch this lead shrink a little. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 101 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Titans now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ward from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down, Tennessee.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Here's Ward. A short throw taken in by Conquo. Only able to gain a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. From the midfield strike, they look to throw. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing now, Ward. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
First down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 8 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Play action. It's Ward. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. On 4th down, on is the veteran, Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 16-point deficit. Hard to believe that they could mount that long of a drive and come up with nothing on the scoreboard.
It can be disheartening, it can be frustrating, and can also cause some anger, because when that happens, that type of a drive, and you come up empty, you're really looking for someone to blame, and you start pointing fingers at each other.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
Second and 7. Dobbins running out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Taking up the gut. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Ward. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Moore. Under pressure, and they got to him again. John Franklin Myers getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Nix to the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was taken down.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. A short throw to Ingram. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Ward. This one caught by Ridley. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. In trouble, and he's taken down. Nick Bonito picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Third down and 13. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Now Ward on fourth down. He's got a man complete. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakonkwo, 74 yards. And the Titans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. First and 10, it's Dobbins. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Titans 29-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Fourth down.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. So here is Cam Ward and the Titans down by 13. A minute 44 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Ward, throwing to start the drive. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
2nd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Back to throw. More. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.